You and I are like sisters. We're like twins.
When it comes to twins on TV, not everyone can do it for real, like Mary-Kate and Ashley or Cole and Dylan Sprouse. In fact, more often than not, one actor is given the enormous task of playing each twin, or in the case of Nina Dobrev on the Vampire Diaries, like 100 different people. We're checking out some of the most amazing scenes featuring on-screen twins that you'd never know were played by a single person.
Wow, we're identical.
We can't think of a better way to get started than the one, the only, Lindsay Lohan and her iconic roles as Annie and Hallie in The Parent Trap. The Parent Trap was filmed long before CGI was an everyday occurrence in Hollywood, so they used a ton of old-school techniques to pull off Lohan's most twinning moments. To make it look like there were two of them, they would film all of Lohan's scenes twice, having her jump back and forth between characters.
Don't you see it? See what? The resemblance between us.
Lohan would have the chance to play twins once more in the far darker, far creepier movie I Know Who Killed Me, about a young woman who is so connected with her long-lost twin that she can feel everything that happens to her. The 2018 comedy thriller A Simple Favour was chock full of twists and turns, the most exciting of which has got to be the reveal of Blake Lively's secret twin sister, played by none other than Blake Lively.
Thought you were the alpha now. I am the alpha, goddammit.
Not only did Lively have to act opposite herself, she had to get into a pretty gruesome underwater fight with her too. All of this was done by having Lively shoot each part of the scene separately with a body double, but she makes an extremely convincing set of twins who couldn't be more different.
We have the same face, yet she's the cute one.
You might be just as surprised as we were to learn that when Dove Cameron first started filming Liv and Maddie, she almost quit the role after the first season. Cameron said that was because of how punishing the schedule was. And for a very young actor, we don't blame her. She had to film everything as Liv, go back and reshoot all the scenes as Maddie, then record all the music on the weekends and somehow also try to fit school into the mix.
I looked at your face and you look like Catherine. I couldn't believe the resemblance.
We can see how hard it would be to play two characters on the same TV show, but how about, well, we don't have an exact number, but it's a lot. We're talking, of course, about Nina Dobrev and her many, many characters on Vampire Diaries. She played doppelgangers, alternate versions of the same character, vampires, humans, and everything in between. Dobrev worked closely with the costume and the makeup departments to make sure that every character she played was unique.
I'm Catherine Pierce. I'm a survivor.
One of the biggest reveals in Pretty Little Liars was the fact that Spencer Hastings had a twin sister.
I don't even know what question to ask first. Who are you?
Really?
And they didn't even reveal her until the final episode of the final season. But Troian Bellisario was actually told about her secret twin all the way back in 2014. Marlene King, the creator of the show, wasn't sure if she wanted to introduce the twin storyline in the show during season 5, but finally confirmed for Bellisario that she would in fact have to begin working on the character of Alex Drake before season 6. When actor Josh Pence went through a month's worth of rigorous auditions to finally be cast as one of the Winklevoss twins in David Fincher's The Social Network, he thought it was going to be his big break. What he didn't know until he already agreed to do the movie is that he was going to have his face and voice completely CGI'd by Armie Hammer and disappear completely. Even after all that preparation, he claims to have felt more like a body double than an actor in the movie, but at least David Fincher was nice about it. Sarah Paulson has played many amazing characters in her time working with Ryan Murphy, but playing conjoined twins Bette and Dot in American Horror Story Freak Show was a whole new challenge.
It's not every day it comes across two beauties in one body.
The process of creating Bette and Dot involved a ton of prosthetics, including an entire prosthetic head that was used in the wide shots, a green screen head attachment that could be animated in post, and of course, Paulson had to do every scene twice. Only an actor of her caliber could pull off something this impressive. One of the biggest challenges of playing twins is definitely creating two distinct characters who don't just feel like the same person doing everything twice. Mark Ruffalo, who recently played twin brothers Thomas, afflicted with schizophrenia, and Dominic in I Know This Much Is True, knows just how much work goes into it. Instead of having him hop in and out of the makeup chair, the filmmakers went a very different route. They shot all of Dominic's scenes in the first 15 weeks, before Ruffalo took 5 weeks off to study the mental illness, shave, and gain 30 pounds in order to play Thomas.
Thank you for being a good brother to me.
Fight scenes are hard enough with 2 actors, but when Paul Rudd had to fight himself in Living with Yourself, he said it was the hardest thing he'd ever had to do. With the help of an amazing stunt team and a body double, they were able to pull off the incredible scene. But since Rudd had to go back and do it all twice, we can see how he would have been exhausted.
Is enough to drive anybody into therapy.
Freddie Highmore was only 16 years old when he was cast as twins in the Spiderwick Chronicles, a challenge that would make many older actors nervous. He said that the key to creating the brothers as 2 individual people was to really differentiate their reactions to the world around them, along with totally distinct costumes and styling.
It's really impossible.
One actor who had no problem creating 2 wildly different characters was Lupita Nyong'o in the Jordan Peele movie Us.
The shadow hated the girl, but so long.
In the time it would normally take her to prepare for one role, she actually had to learn ballet for Adelaide, create the voice for her tether Red, and learn a ton of fight choreography. And when it came time to film, Jordan Peele warned her just how tiring it was going to be. And he was right. In order for Tom Hardy to play 2 identical twins in Legend, the filmmakers went old school and used the split-screen technique. Tom's longtime stand-in, Jacob Tamori, would act opposite Hardy with his back to the camera and had to be incredibly precise about even the tiniest movements, so that Tom could replicate them exactly later. On top of that, Hardy only had an hour to switch characters before doing the scene again.
It's unbelievable, like the transformation is ridiculous.
Alice in Wonderland was a very CGI-heavy movie, so it wasn't hard to animate Matt Lucas's face onto his body double for him to play both Tweedledee and Tweedledum. But that still meant that Lucas had to go back and redo every scene so that they could cut and paste his face on top of the body double working beside him. Tatiana Maslany played 5 main clones in Orphan Black, but there are up to 14 in total. She collaborated closely with the hair and makeup team to create individual looks, and had an on-set dialogue and acting coach at the ready to give each clone a distinct voice and character. All of that with only 30 to 45 minutes to hop in the makeup chair and switch between characters at any given time.
This is what you think I look like?
Yeah.
This girl looks nothing like me.
And of course, we had to end this list with our favorite TV twins ever, Phoebe and Ursula from Friends, played by the iconic Lisa Kudrow. Little known fact, Ursula actually started out as a small side character on the sitcom Mad About You before Kudrow was cast as a lead on Friends. So because she was on 2 primetime TV shows at the same time, they brought Ursula onto Friends to make things a little less confusing for viewers.
Oh, I got you a birthday present. Oh, wow, you remembered.
If they had never told us they did it all alone, we definitely would have thought these actors were hiding a secret twin somewhere. Especially Blake Lively, we never saw that one coming. Now, don't mind us, but we have to go ask our parents if we ever had an evil twin who mysteriously disappeared. See you next time.